thank you for that introduction. All these fresh faces. You know, a commencement is supposed to mean the beginning, not the end. And I want to talk to you graduates about a couple of things. First, I want to tell you there's one thing that I would advise you. Do not be afraid. You know, your folks and your parents have told you that now you're going out into the real world. Well, there is nothing more real world than the night before the final exams. You know, I don't have any notes, and the reason is that before a big day, I always wrote my notes on my cuffs so that I was the only one who could read them. But you, today, are starting the takeover. The takeover. I'm sorry. You are the new caretakers. You are the leaders of tomorrow, starting today. Now, you have been blessed by going to... You didn't miss anything. Well, I just wanted to congratulate you for being here. Today is the final day of the conspiracy. The conspiracy between your folks, your teachers, and yourselves to get to this place today. And the final achievement of the conspiracy is you have fooled the faculty and the teachers into thinking that you've learned something. But I just wanted to ask you to do me a favor. I would like for you to do one thing for the rest of your life, and that is to be kind to your families and your friends and your neighbors. See, kindness is an act of strength. And a lot of times in my life, I've heard people say that I would like for the society to be better, to be a society that does things for each other and not to each other. But I, as an individual, what can I do? What you can do is be kind. And when you think about your neighbors and your friends, there's a poem that I learned in high school. It is not what we give, but what we share. For the gift without the giver is bare. And a society that is kind is a civil society. And for those, I've heard this phrase, for those who are given much, much is expected. Today, you have accepted responsibility of being given a first-class education. And what is education? Okay, education is the foundation you use to think for yourself. Each one of you, each and every one of you, is a precious asset to this society. And I applaud you for the work you've done over the years to get to this place at this time. And I want to tell you, I have as much regard for Suffolk University as I have for any school on the planet. Because this school not only gave you lessons, but tried to impart a philosophy. A philosophy on how to be a good citizen. Now, your work is just beginning. And again, I repeat to you, do not be afraid. And a friend of mine was asking me for some advice, and I'm very reluctant to give advice because I raised children, and one of my kids, my daughter, asked me for some advice when she was in college. She said, Dad, this year I have to take a foreign language. And so I had a dilemma of whether to take French or Spanish. And what do you think? I said, well, when you get in the mid part of your life, over a third of people in this country will be speaking Spanish. So that if you have Spanish as a second language, you have heads up. And so I think it'd be a good idea. So she took French. So if I can get my own kids to listen, but what I say to you is you're now embarking on a marvelous journey to find out who you are and where you're going. And hopefully you've got enough out of this education, besides just fooling the teachers, to use that education as a foundation to think and do whatever you would like to do. And so I know you've heard congratulations. And I join in that chorus. But I also ask you to take the responsibility of trying to make this society all that it can be. And each of you are one of the instruments of change. And so I thank you for being here today, because it makes me think that some of the things that we have done in the past have made this possible. And thank you for letting us help you. But what I want each of you to make a pledge today, that starting now, you will do everything you can to make sure there will always be a Suffolk University, and that you will conduct your lives in a way that Suffolk University will always be a part of this society. And again, congratulations. Thank you, and do not be afraid.